Verbally Effective with Ena Esco is an interview-style podcast that intersects art, culture, politics, and entertainment with a Memphis focus. Each week, I'm joined by a featured guest with roots in Memphis. Verbally Effective delves into each guest's personal journey to uncover the incredible stories fueling their purpose, the highs and lows of their pursuits, and how through their passion, they are moving the culture forward. Greetings. Welcome to another edition of the Verbally Effective Podcast right here on WYXR 91.7 FM Memphis. Yes, I am up in this thing live, and I have some guests with me on the Verbally Effective Podcast. You know, this is the pod that intersects art, culture, politics, entertainment with a Memphis focus. And today I have with me none other than my good friend, State Rep over here in Tennessee, Antonio Parkinson. Some may know him as Touche.
Some do.
And some know him as
State Rep Antonio Parkinson.
Okay, we're going to keep it at those. So how are you today?
Ena, the ones that know me as Touche been knowing me for a long time. So we know who's who.
I know,
Look,
right?
Somebody just walked in with the vinyl, the Touche vinyl. Have you ever seen this before?
No, I haven't.
Hey, look, I might have to jack him for this one, but look at that. That's from back in my production. I still produce music.
It says pimps, players,
hustlers, and Max.
Wow.
Yep.
Give me a little something. Give me
Pimps.
the hook.
I didn't rap though, so I was the producer, right. But the hook was pimps, players, hustlers, Max. That's it.
Oh.
Yep. Oh boy, you got that vinyl though.
Okay,
man.
what year was this?
Oh, this had what's that? 2001, 2, somewhere around there.
What made you produce Pimps, Players, Hustlers,
Man,
Max?
this came from the album Clubs, Thugs, Sex and Drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, my brother was the rapper.
Was you state rep in 2000?
No, 2011 I became state rep.
Okay.
But I still produce music.
I
I don't run
know,
away from
I was just
this is my
asking.
creative side. So yeah, I ain't man, that's dope, man. I'm so glad, man. Hold on to it, homie.
Yes, sir. You got
Yeah.
it.
You know,
Where
that's the
Sharpie
music.
at so I can
Shout
sign
out
it
to
then?
Jerry Boy. He's the music
He
historian
dope
around
though,
here.
but he dope on them.
Oh, yes, he is. I see he had a busy week last week.
Right. You know, I started out as a DJ, and
Did you?
then I transitioned into music production. Yeah, I was a DJ in high school too.
All the things. And now today, state rep.
State rep. Yeah.
And how long have you been state rep?
14 years now.
14
years. Yeah, man. 14 years. Can
Wow.
you believe that?
Yes, I can
Who'd
because you
have
do a
thunk it?
great job
Well, thank you.
in
Bless
the
you.
Memphis
Thank you.
community.
Truly appreciate
And
it.
that's what we want to talk about today because
Okay.
you have a big event coming up, the Fresh Start Community Baby Shower.
Yeah, Fresh Starts Community Baby Shower.
So tell me about this amazing event. and
So
what's sparking
first of
it.
all, are you feeling maternal by chance?
Hell to the no.
Oh, okay. Oh man, look. Okay.
Look, been there, done that. I already
I'm
got
just
two
saying,
boys.
man. I'm just saying, man.
It's
Look,
OB.
Look, Vicky, she look like
See
she's
how
feeling
he
maternal,
said,
Vicky. Look
"Dang,
at her.
don't
She
you
got a
call
glow
me
about
maternal."
herself. She
Now,
got a glow about
nurturer.
herself.
I'm a nurturer, and
You're a
I do
nurturer.
glow. But no
Okay,
more
yeah,
babies coming up out of me.
Okay. No more. You sure? You know, okay. I ain't gonna ask if you practicing or not, but I'm okay.
Always that.
Oh, okay. Always practicing, right? A little
Hubby ain't gonna let me
going
stop
on.
practicing.
A little consummation going on. So
Hubby not
look,
gonna make me stop,
right.
but we know what to do.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Okay.
it's an immaculate conception.
Right. I don't know now. You from Beaumont, Texas now. Beaumont, Texas. You know, hey, you
What
know,
we be doing in Big Beaumont, Bloody
Big Beaumont,
Beaumont?
right? And I lived in Port Arthur, so we were literally connected, right? And
Golden
but it's a
Triangle.
different animal, man. Different animal down there in the home of the Trill, right?
in the
Yeah.
Trill.
And we all up in here in Memphis talking about consummating. Look at that.
Consummate.
Look at that, man. Who would have thought that?
Are
Right?
you feeling? You call me maternal.
I guess it would
how
be
you feeling?
paternal for us, huh? For me, huh?
Paternal.
Yeah. No, I'm not feeling paternal at all. You know, honestly, yeah. I've had my babies. My babies are grown, and
That's what I'm
and
trying to
empty
tell you.
nesting is the best.
Well, I'm not an empty nester yet. I have
Yeah.
an 11-year-old and a 19-year-old, but
Okay,
we
but you had a
getting
little
there.
spread in there though. Didn't
big
you?
9-year
man,
gap.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm not maternal.
Yeah. But Fresh Starts Community Baby Shower, you know, and I got to send a shout out to then Pastor Robinson, Pastor and First Lady Robinson, over at St. Augustine in South Memphis, right? You know the Robinsons? You don't know the Robinsons? Okay, yeah. So, you know, a friend of mine named Karen Moore took me over there to the church in South Memphis, and they were doing a community baby shower, right? Had never ever seen anything like this concept at all. And I saw it and I was blown away by it. And so, you know, and every time I talk about it, I always give them their props, you know, because that's where I got the idea came from, where the strategy came from. And so I took it and I said, I'm gonna bring this idea to the North, right? And we brought it to Raleigh 17 years ago. we've been doing it ever since. And ours is on a much larger scale, and I always tell people when they ask, what is a community baby shower? It's like a baby shower in your home, except on a much larger scale. So we serve over 150 new and expecting moms, and we have about 500 people in the building. They bring their guests. We encourage the mothers to bring their fathers because we want to talk to those fathers also, and we want to educate.
Like
and so the goal is this. While we do all of the fun stuff that you do at a baby shower, I mean, it's lit too. I mean, we're lit now. We do it only the way we know how to do it in the North, right?
Right.
And I mean, they swagging and surfing, and shout out to DJ Kojak, our DJ. That's my DJ. DJ Kojak, he's gonna be in the building, and
DJ Kojak.
Yeah, and he's gonna be on the ones and twos. So it's a great time, but we educate and empower these women, and we give them the needed resources that they need in order for their babies to get a great opportunity, a good start. We want them babies to have a launch pad, right? And also, make it so that these moms, they just see a different, or another version of how life can be and what the outcome can be for these new babies, these new lives that they're bringing into the world.
I love it. I think it's so important that you're having this event for expecting mothers, because some of them have no support at all.
That's very true. And you'd be surprised. And the way the event has evolved over the years is, we do it in talk show format, right? And so it's interactive the whole time. So we don't just have speakers standing up there just speaking, just lecturing these women. No, we have roaming mics where they can ask questions right then and there. And I'm telling you, we've had some incredible breakthrough moments at the baby shower where, we had a grandmother there, the new mother, and the babies. And, some of the stuff that we learn over through the years is just wrong stuff, right? And it's traditionally passed down. And I'll give you an example of that was when you had a mother who, we were talking about breastfeeding, and the mother said that, she was always told that if she's low on milk, add water to the milk. Well, when you add water to it, it causes distension in the baby's stomach. And so it makes the baby sick. And a lot of, because we've all been in survival mode, right, this is what has been traditionally passed down, right? And so, and some of them things was corrected. We had another mother and grandmother and children that were in the building, and the daughter stood up and said she didn't know how to love her new baby because this is how they loved in generationally. Her mother wasn't an affectionate person, right? And man, everybody in the room had tears, except for me. I had a little allergy, but everybody else in the room, they were in tears about this, right? But it was a breakthrough, right? And we let it flow. We do not hinder the event. What God says the event is going to be for this year is what it's going to be, and we let it go. And so it's to me, we do a lot of events, Block Party for Peace, Fresh Starts Community Baby Shower, and other. But this community baby shower is different, right? It's such an emotional tie, to these women and these babies that I think it's my most gratifying event that we do. And I want to say this, and I think this is important too, measurement, right? This event, with all of the mothers that we've been able to keep in touch with, we've not lost one single baby in the 17 years that we've been doing that. So
that is really awesome.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and give it up for that.
Yes, let's give it up for that.
Hey, Angelica, I need you to produce this, all right?
That is awesome.
Okay.
Now, you know what? We have one of your biggest sponsors here with us from Children and Family Enrichment, Vicki Cox, Executive Director.
Right. Let me read from my script.
I think I've already handled it.
Yes, I'd love to have Early Enrichment Center to say something.
See, I was already on top of it. Angelica did her job.
Because the queen is in the house. You know exactly what to say.
Always trying to boss me around, Vicki.
No, but I love the Fresh Starts baby shower, too. This isn't my first time being involved in it. I actually got involved in it when I first got to Memphis and met Touche, one of the first representatives came out to meet me working for a nonprofit. But one of the things that I really love is during that time we was talking about low birth weight babies, and we was talking about what that effect looks like in Memphis. Now I work with a program, Children and Family Enrichment at Idlewild over in Midtown, where we talk about adverse childhood experiences, which is exactly what Touche just talked about, where you don't know how to love your child because it wasn't passed down to you. I mean, Memphis is a city, to be honest, if any of us think about it, all of us have some adverse childhood experiences. Something has happened in all of our lives.
And postpartum.
And
That's really
and
big.
postpartum. But the thing that makes some of us different is that we have those positive influences around us. Whereas with some of the ladies that come to the Fresh Starts baby shower, let's help them develop those positive people around them to help build that family up. And I love the statistics that Fresh Starts always comes out with. We're talking about how we've affected the low birth weight and the early infant mortality, inside of the city.
That is amazing, especially dealing with like the high poverty rate that Memphis still has. Like I said, support.
Yes.
So how can people, do we get tickets? How do we attend the Fresh Start Community Baby Shower?
So we open up reservations, every year, but we've closed reservations because it always maxes out, every year. And so reservations are closed at this point. But if you want to donate, if you would like to donate new baby items, you can donate those baby items. As a matter of fact, the Memphis Urban League is accepting donations. I'm just kidding. The Memphis Urban League is accepting donations. What's that? That's right down the street from here, isn't it?
Yes, it
413 North Cleveland. So if you want to drop off some new baby items, listen, don't bring the old cloth diapers from back in the day. Don't bring
nothing from the house.
Nothing. We need new baby items, right? New baby items. You can drop them off at the Memphis Urban League, and they'll be glad to accept them, and they will bring them to us Saturday. And or if you want to drop new baby items off at our office, we need them ASAP because we're going to be loading in Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, and that's at 3625 Covington Pike. But again, the Memphis Urban League is accepting new baby items at their Midtown office, 413 North Cleveland, Memphis Urban League. Did I say that right, Angelica? Okay. Thank you, Angelica, because I'm scared.
Wait, one more. And then at the Early Enrichment Center at Idlewild in Midtown, we do have open enrollment for children that are 3 and 4 year old. And we do enrollment year round, again, focusing on adverse childhood experiences.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? You got me thinking about 11 years ago when I had my last child and some of the items that I had to purchase.
Feeling maternal again?
I'm not feeling maternal again. But I heard things are so much different now. Even like y'all doing a baby shower, but y'all ain't did the Fresh Start community gender reveal.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay. You got to add that too.
Come on now.
But now we doing the baby shower though.
Gender reveal.
Yeah, we're going to have a lead up to the baby shower.
That'd be dope.
You know what I'm talking about? Have you been to a gender reveal?
We're going to be popping all kind of balloons.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm going to let y'all take on another project.
So
I'm good on mine. I'm good on mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody donate at this point because the RSVPs
donate, show up,
are
support,
top.
mentor these women.
Yes.
They can use mentorship. They can use the donated items, and and that mentorship does not mean you have to take them to McDonald's and to the Grizzlies game. It means that you mamas that's out there, the experienced mamas, y'all help these young ladies become better moms.
Yeah.
And postpartum is a real thing.
Yes,
Right.
It is a very real thing. Don't let somebody tell you that no, what you're feeling is not valid and it is not right.
And
You need some other positive women around you to say it's okay. And it's okay to have prayer, appeal, and somebody to talk to.
Come on now.
And you know what? At the end of the day, life be lifing as a mother. Because a mother still, I'm not sure what the policy is now for being out with your baby. For me, working in corporate back in the day, it was 6 weeks. I had to be back at work. I was traveling. It was crazy. Really, my husband was spending more time with my first child. And I felt so guilty, right? And so every time I'm with my child, I'm trying to compensate in some kind of way, you know? So we go through so much.
Yeah, that's interesting. And, we talk about, the mental health aspect, at the baby shower. Also, shout out to Alliance Healthcare, one of our biggest sponsors. They are going to be there, and they're going to be talking about the mental health aspect of it. Oh,
that's huge.
Yeah, also had to send a shout out to School Seat. Vince McCaskill, man, came through. Yeah, they're the presenting sponsor. Y'all clap for them. They're the presenting sponsor of Fresh Starts Community Baby Shower this year. And, we truly appreciate them because, we can't, this is a community effort. Real talk. It's a community effort, and those corporate sponsors, such as the Enrichment Center and Alliance and the others that are involved, we can't do this without them. And so, but it's gonna be good. You know, every woman, everyone that's registered, they're gonna walk away with bags, and we got cribs and stuff to give away, and
that's gonna be nice.
And you know, car seats and all kind of stuff, man.
All the things they need.
it's
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I'm gonna try to make it to maybe talk to some of the ladies just with my experiences, because you know,
that'd be great.
Relatable stories.
Oh, that's vitally important. You know, Senator London Lamar. You know, she has a real story. I don't know if you had her on the show, but you need to bring her on the show.
I've had her.
And she's going to be there to tell them her story.
That's gonna be so good.
They need to hear it.
That's gonna be really
because
good.
you know, I always tell people, you know, other people are in the same position. You just have no idea. And authenticity, which is your story is your gold. I tell people that too. That's what you should be delivering, because that's tied to your ministry or tied to your purpose. Your story is. So
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
I ain't no preacher, but don't push me.
Right. Because I think London comes from a perspective also with how you're treated as a black woman from the medical profession while having a baby.
Well, that too,
Yes.
but she you know, London, I don't want to tell her story, but you know, she lost her first baby, right? And it was traumatic. You hear me? And you know, that, and you know, and dealing with, you know, the you know, baby father and all of this stuff. It's a lot to that, right? And so and you know, but there are millions of women that are going through, you know, some of the same stuff, and you know, and some of them are at the point to where they want to give up. And so I'm hoping that when they hear this story, they know, almost let one rip. They know that there is life after that. And you look at the success of what Senator London Lamar is seeing right now, you know, because I was there the whole way, and seeing her at her worst, at the rock bottom. You know, we're really close, and seeing her at the rock bottom and understanding, you know, what that story truly looks like holistic.
Yeah.
Yes, and look at her now, and she's my soror
She
of
is.
all
Congratulations to LL.
Sorority
Right.
Incorporated.
That's
I'm
right.
loving it. Well, I wish you nothing but the best with the Fresh Start Community Baby Shower. Thank you so much, State
Yeah.
Rep. Look, you're not going anywhere yet. Thank you
Okay.
also, Miss Vicky Cox, Executive Director. Because right now, I want to get verbally effective on a couple of topics. You know,
Come
I'm not
on,
letting you
come on,
go.
let's do that, let's do
you
that.
know, you legislation. So
You
you have
legislation,
you
right.
have all the tools and resources to know what's going on from a government perspective.
Some of
in
them,
my
not all
opinion.
of them. You know,
Okay.
there are those secrets that are kept from even all of us. You know, these agendas. So
Yeah.
you know, yeah. It's a lot.
Let's
of
see if your
craziness going on.
third eye working today.
Right, I'm telling
So
you know,
recently,
with these folks, you need a fourth and a fifth eye over.
hello.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's intriguing to me? Okay, we got Trump. We know
Mm-hmm.
Trump is getting into office at the top of the year. Thoughts on that, real quick?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. One of my friends, I was on the phone with her just earlier today, and she's like, for all of those people that voted against their own interests, right? And now they're gonna F around and find out, right?
I hear that a lot.
Right,
I
but she
hear
said
that
this
a
though.
lot.
What was funny about it, what she said was, not only are they going to F around and find out, but they're causing us to have to F around and find out too.
Yeah.
You know, those of us that voted for our own interests, right? That voted, you know, against Trump, and now we're all stuck in the same boat, effing around and finding out because of these folks, right? But yeah.
And many think it's going to be a major reset on how we move going forward from a government perspective. Just look at Trump's picks in office so far. I don't see any of us.
Right.
Well,
It's so
where
funny.
Where
That's so
Where
funny.
his folks at?
Right,
Candace,
right. Where's
Scott.
Herschel Walker and
Tim Scott.
Tim Scott? You know, Tim Scott. I think he's going back to the Fat Albert cartoon, but Tim Scott, and then you had your boy Robinson. That was
they was jocking for Trump
in
so
North Carolina.
hard.
Oh my God,
they have no positions.
Man, I'm telling you, man, he Lewinsky them, but yeah, it's
Well, we're not surprised on that, but
Yeah.
but what I want to talk about is just recently, I think just yesterday, Biden. He has allowed Ukraine to use missiles against Russia. He gave them permission.
Well, look at you,
Right.
Look at you.
So, with that being said, I want you to tell me, what do you think how our relationship with international leaders and international countries will be going forward in the Trump administration? Because I know Trump, they love Trump overseas.
Not all of them.
Most of them do.
Well, I think they see an opportunity to take advantage of Trump. You know, I think they see him as, you know, the lesser of the intelligent leaders.
So he's like a pushover.
Well, not a pushover, but he, you know, you ever been in a room where the person in the room thinks they're the smartest person in the room, and they actually look stupid because they think they're the smartest person in the room. And I think it's more of that. And you know, a lot of the individuals that he has named in his cabinet are just completely unqualified.
Gates.
Right? Oh, it's crazy. And so here's what I think.
It's funny.
Emotionally, I completely detached, from the election after my election was won, with the Trump election, because, especially once I saw that he was, obviously gonna win this, you cannot get tied emotionally to this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I recommend that you don't, because, we'll have to send you mental health help also. But you have to approach everything from a pragmatic standpoint, from a logical standpoint, see where, you can create wins, right? While this stuff is going on, because there are going to be some opportunities to create some wins.
Definitely.
There will. But also be cognizant enough to know that you also have to protect yourself, because there are going to be a lot of opportunities where they are going to do things that are detrimental to our people.
Exactly.
And so we got to be incredibly cognizant of everything that's going on. You think about like what he said. Immunity, right? Implied immunity for police officers. You look at also the fact that when Trump is in office, people feel emboldened. They'll walk up to you and spit on you, call you an N-word in your face, and
I
this,
just
that,
saw
and
a
other.
Nazi march in Ohio.
Nazi marching, and and they started this stuff before he was elected.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and honestly, y'all think, real talk, this is America, and this is what America has historically been.
This is who we are.
This is who we are, and I think that people should just embrace the fact that this is who America is, and stop hiding behind the veil and acting like you're something
Face
different.
it.
Right. This is who you are.
Well, the reason I'm asking about these missiles is because are we going to go into World War III before Trump is even in office?
It is a definite escalation,
Right.
and an incredibly big escalation too. But I think that Biden has been wanting to do this anyway, before, but politically,
Is it his last
right,
F around and find
right,
out to Trump?
Right. Well, I don't think it's to Trump as much as it is to Vladimir Putin. Right. And
Putin,
and so, but think about it. A lot of people don't realize that there's a connection between Russia
And Trump.
what Iran is doing in Israel, and what what's
And
happening
Trump.
in the Middle East, and Trump, and Ukraine. But what people don't realize also, remember, the first impeachment of Trump was because he was trying to shake down the president of Ukraine, because he said, give me the Hunter Biden evidence and I will send you weapons. If not, I won't send you weapons. That's what the first impeachment was about.
Yeah.
He was shaking the man down, right? Knowing that Russia is encroaching, and on a much wider scale, much larger scale, you got to understand geographically where Ukraine is. Ukraine is the buffer between Russia and the NATO
Yes.
countries. Poland and other
It must
places,
be
Germany,
protected at all
and so
times.
they want that buffer. Let me give you just a real quick side note, ADHD moment. Did y'all know that when the colonies were first created, that Georgia was set up to be a state with no color, no black folks, no slavery, no nothing, because they wanted it to serve as a buffer between the colonies and Spanish Florida. Because all the nations were trying to come in and get all of this. But that's the same setup.
And what happened with it?
And Georgia ended up,
Right.
Of course, going and having slavery and all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they ran the Spanish off.
It was
That's what happened.
short-lived.
It was short-lived.
It was
But that
short-lived.
was the original setup for the state of Georgia.
Wow.
Yep.
Last question. While you're being so verbally effective with me, Touche. Now,
Touche.
this is very interesting because I don't know if you're a believer in this. However, there have been alleged government cover-ups of alien activity. The Pentagon has been having a hearing, and they've been stating that aliens have been coming up out of the water. So it's not just aerial, right? It's not just in the sky. They don't even refer to them as UFOs anymore. They refer to them as UAPs, which are categorized as unidentified anomalous phenomenons now.
Okay.
Because they're coming out of the water.
Right.
And it seems like they're appearing left and right. Now, how do you feel about this? Did you already know this?
Well,
Being that you're the state rep, did you know some little government intel?
Well,
or
so
what's about to happen? They teaming up with Trump. What's going on?
right, probably Elon Musk more likely, but
Probably.
Look, but think about it, right? You know, the word alien is something that's foreign to us. It means it's foreign to us. We don't know what
Do
it
you
is,
believe in
right?
aliens?
Let me tell you what I believe. I believe that, number one, humans are arrogant as hell. To think that we're the only existence in this universe, right? When we're less than we are less than subatomically matter in this entire universe. When you think about it, right? Not just in the universe, but just simply in our galaxy, right? But when you think about it from a universal standpoint, and that's why I always tell people this. I tell you I ain't no pastor, but don't push me. I always tell people this. When you're reading the Bible, you look at how things are translated in the Bible, and when they talk about, you know, when you get to heaven, the streets of gold or streets like gold. Gold might be the peasant mineral to God, right? That might be slave minerals to him, because if you look at what he has created, or if you could even fathom what he has created, there are some jewels or precious stones that we can't even imagine. But humans always, in their arrogance, always bring the vastness of this universe down to their level. Like streets of gold means something. Gold don't even mean nothing right now on Earth. So imagine what it means on a universal level. So what I'm saying is that we need to get out of our own way and in thinking that we are something or somebody that actually matters in the grand scheme of things. We ain't it. And that's the radio version of it.
We ain't it.
We ain't it.
I got you.
Ish.
Have you ever had an encounter with a UAP or UFO?
You know, one or two of the women I've dated,
you know,
felt like that kind of encounter. So right.
But you've been in the military.
I have.
Right? And my dad is retired Army, and he told me he was stationed at Area 51 at one point in his life. But there were people that worked in that area. Then there were people that didn't, which my father didn't. He said he went to a bar and one of his fellow Army men, I don't even know if they were in that particular branch, but they were at the bar, right? They worked on Area 51.
Right.
And he said the man told him things that he could never imagine. And he knew it was because he was drunk. Right. I've had them drunk conversations before too, but here's the thing though. But seriously, here's the thing. You think about it, right? You have NASA and our scientists exploration to other planets, right? And they say life could exist here. That's based on carnal knowledge, the fact that we have to have water and oxygen. But who says that other life forms have to have water and oxygen to exist? Yeah. Right? And that's why I'm saying the arrogance of man is what's going to be the death of man. Because there is way much more out there. Hell, we ain't even explored all of our only
ocean
5% of the ocean has been explored. It's massive.
And not even 0.000 trillionth of what's out there in the universe has been explored.
So they say it's a portal in the ocean.
Right. Well, there's a portal within you. There's a portal within you. Most of us haven't even explored that. Yeah.
You going deep on me too,
Come on, you ready to go? You ready to go? Come on.
I like it.
Because and I'm serious about that. Everything is interconnected, right? And everything that exists in this universe it exists inside of you too. So you're connected to it, you're locked in with it. But and you're uniquely created, but they always try to put us in this cookie cutter box, right? And say that we all should be, act the same, move the same, look the same, think the same. And so that's the arrogance of man.
Gotcha. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much, State Rep Antonio Parkinson.
They don't want this. Y'all don't want this. Y'all don't want this.
I want you to shout out your podcast too and tell everybody how to listen.
Yeah, man, because I got to send a shout out to Angelica. Where's she at?
Right here.
Yeah, look. Angelica, my boss, right? And shout out to Nichelle, my assistant, my other boss, right? But me and DJ Kojak, we just get ruled around. But shout out to the Antonio Parkinson Project. If y'all are not watching this fastest growing visual podcast in the Memphis market, y'all jump on there. We're excited. We love it. We had Ena Esco.
Hey.
Yeah, on the podcast.
That was fun. It was really fun.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You got to come back too. Sure. Right, because we'd love to have you back. But you can find us on all social media platforms, the Antonio Parkinson Project.
Yes, sir. And best of luck with the Fresh Start Community Baby Shower. I need you guys to donate right now. Where do they donate one more time?
Oh, look, let me see. Donate to the Memphis Urban League at 413 North Cleveland. Did I say it right, Angelica? Please don't beat me up.
You sound
Angelica.
like a UAP.
I'm being forced. I'm being forced to read this just like it is.
I know, right?
Hey, look, shout out to my guy Tony Lawson, man. Hey, listen, let me say this real quick.
Big shout out to
Man,
Tony
listen,
Lawson. He's my next guest.
I don't want to jump your guest, but listen,
someone's being
if
verbally
y'all
effective.
have not seen another Christmas Temptation play, y'all need to jump on this because I was blown away because I didn't know we had the talent to playwright directors like that in Memphis, man. We popping with the.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, okay, y'all.
And then I'm gonna get biblical with the UAPs. With
And look,
Bishop Tony Lawson.
y'all make sure y'all follow me on all social media at TN Rep Parkinson and the Antonio Parkinson Project.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Stay rep.
Gracias.
Antonio Parkinson in the building right here live on WYXR for Verbally Effective. Let's play a couple of tunes, and then I have Bishop Antonio Lawson up next. That's right, Memphis, baby. It's your double E, Ena Esco, in the building with the Verbally Effective podcast. We are live today in the studio. If you heard the first part of the show, you heard State Rep Antonio Parkinson being extremely verbally effective, talking about the Fresh Start Community Baby Shower that is coming up. And it is time for part two because I have another esteemed guest in the building with me. I have Bishop Antonio Marcus Lawson. I saw that Marcus in the middle too.
Yeah, you could throw that in there.
And I can throw that in there. How you doing today, Bishop?
I'm doing great.
So, Bishop, now you heard all the conversations that we had earlier with State Rep Antonio Parkinson. We're going to start off first with this huge play that you have coming up, Another Christmas Temptation. First off, how did you get into being a playwright as a bishop?
I think it's in the blood, you know. I think it's in the blood. No, but early on, I had a lot of, just a lot of inspiration inside. I used to love to write, and I had an opportunity to try to pull a drama ministry for my church. I wanted to reach people through drama media, and I brought in a young lady. She did a class for me at one of my conferences, and it lit a fire in me. So I went home because I always written short stories and everything. So I said I want to do this. I want to write a play, and so I got someone to give me like a format of how a play would normally go, and they just said just do 4 scenes. Write it straight out the Bible. So I said, okay, I did that. And I did my first play like that. And then after that, I knew the format. And then I started writing. More inspiration came. Now I got 7 original stage plays in the Library of Congress already copywritten. And all of them been produced. All of them have been, audience came in and see them already. So, yeah, I'm loving it.
How long have you been a playwright?
I've been doing this since 2014.
What was the first play you ever created?
The first play I ever created, like I said, it was at the church, and it was Jesus Christ is Better Than the Easter Bunny. It was a Christmas play, and then we did it. It was the Easter play. We did that one, and then we did A Christmas Temptation. That was the very first installment, and we went from there. This is another Christmas Temptation. It's not a part 2 of the first one, but it gives another story. Of the Christmas story done like if it was now, but different, if that makes any sense.
What can you tell us? Like, what could we expect with the play, Another Christmas Temptation?
We put all the bells and whistles in this one. It's a lot of good singing. I utilized some of Memphis' best actors and actresses.
You didn't call me, though.
See, at the time, you know, your phone might have been busy or something.
I'm just kidding, Bishop. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, we pulled in some of Memphis' best, and then we went outside of Memphis because we building our national brand. We went out, and this past weekend, if they would have came, they would have saw Tony Grant and his wife, Trisha Mann Grant. They starred in this one alongside Patricia Lovely.
I see.
She's coming back this Friday. Patrice Lovely will be back, and we bring in Tony Hightower, who also worked with Tyler Perry before.
Wow.
Along with some of our own.
So, who are some playwrights that you've been inspired by? Will it be a Tyler Perry?
Tyler Perry was. I like the way Tyler Perry did his plays early on. He's still one of the ones I liked. I liked him. David Tabbert. I love the way they did theirs. Vivica Fox. They do real good stage plays. Locally, I met some since I've been here, but those were the ones that's on my list.
Wow. So we getting ready for Friday. This is the last show, from what I'm hearing, correct?
This is the last. We originally on tour. This is our last tour stop. We didn't get a chance to do our first stop, which was originally set for Jackson, Mississippi, and Talamera Hall came down with mold, so they shut it down. So we had to regroup, and it was last minute. We had to regroup. I was like, man, I got these artists coming. I need somewhere to go. And Breath of Life opened their doors for me.
Amen.
So we went in there. We had a wonderful time. Shouts out to Apostle Holloway and his team. And but now I'm going to my home church in Millington, Redeeming Life. Pastor McGraw, the original Pastor McGraw's son, Pastor Liam McGraw's son, Darian McGraw. So I'm going to get an opportunity to bring it home. They looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Hometown, Millington, Tennessee. How about I'm a Trojan. I graduated from Millington. I went there 1 year. The year I graduated.
The year you graduated.
97.
So now you just an alumni forever.
I'm an alumni forever. My dad and my stepmom, they're still in Millington.
Okay. All right. Well,
You know
we coming to your town.
Okay, that's your hometown.
You said the Sneeds?
Sagees.
Oh, okay.
Sigee.
Okay. I don't know them, but I do know the Sneeds. I thought you were talking about them rich black people out there.
Nah, that ain't me. Look, no, not the Sneeds, the Sagees. But they're very involved in the political realm in Millington and trying to move Millington forward for us.
Good.
You know?
We need some people in place to help, especially
it's expanding, it's growing.
It is growing. We was talking to someone recently about that. And the way the houses are coming up everywhere, the shops are coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if it grows bigger than South Haven, which I heard South Haven is almost the second largest city
in
Mississippi now.
Is it Mississippi or United States? Because it was one of the fastest growing cities, I want to say, in the United States at one point.
Okay, but I know it's almost bigger than Jackson, Mississippi now. And Jackson is the capital. So, I mean, South Haven is grown.
Man,
and I see Millington doing something like that.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to be like a South Haven, please get your roads together. Because Goodman Road gets on my nerves. And I'm sure a lot of people out there that come right around the corner to Mississippi can attest to that. But I'm loving the growth in Millington, Tennessee.
I'm thinking about getting a house out there.
You should, as you should.
Why they putting the new ones up while they still cheap? I better go ahead and get them.
You better go. And this is your hometown, so you grew up in Millington. Tell me something about Millington I don't know.
I actually grew up in Memphis.
Okay.
But I went to church in Millington. I got saved, and I went to church out there. And for over 12 years, that was I just loving it. Yeah, but I'm Memphis, born and raised. I'll forever be Memphis. This is my spot. Big Memphis.
What part of Memphis you from?
Fraser.
Okay,
Fraser.
North.
Okay. I grew up in the North Memphis area when it was Lauderdale Courts, and then we moved to Millington, and the I guess the progression of people in Fraser. You stay in Fraser, you move to Raleigh, you move to Bartlett. Then some of them go to Cordova.
That's the matriculation.
That's if you ask anybody, that's pretty much how they do it. So, So.
Wow. Okay.
So we're in Bartlett now. I guess my next spot is Cordova. That's how it works.
Might be or Millington.
Or Millington, yeah.
Or Millington.
Yeah.
Or Millington.
I would actually do Millington. I would do it. I like it out there.
Okay. We're gonna see Bishop Lawson. Now look, I know we're talking about the play, but I do want to get your perspective on what I spoke with Representative Antonio Parkinson about. I'm not even going to touch the missiles. I want to get into the UAPs, the unidentified anomalous phenomenons. I'm talking about aliens, ladies and gentlemen. There is a Pentagon hearing going on. Not sure if it's going on still today, but we've seen, I sat there and looked at the hearing, but of course clips have been distributed over social media. And what they're saying is that human genetics are being, I didn't mention this to State Rep Antonio Parkinson. They're saying that they're manipulating human genetics to create hybrids, potentially for the enhancement of human capabilities. So that made me want to talk with you from a biblical standpoint, because I know in the book of Enoch, it mentions that, I want to say, a being was at some point breeding with the humans, and God casted them out. Do I have that story right from the Bible, from the book of Enoch? Because you know they tried to hide the book of Enoch.
Yeah, well, it also referenced that in the book of Genesis, but it just said that the angels were finding the women pleasurable, and then they were breeding with them, and God had to stop that breeding process.
So it's all along the same line.
Yeah. In the book of Enoch, it goes more in detail and talks about the animals and all of that, that the breeding of it. Yeah.
And then they went into the ocean, where they cast it into the water.
You know, that conversation, that's a good conversation, because in the book, we had this conversation before, me and a non-Christian person, and they from another religion altogether, and they was talking about where it says all the creatures. It was around the time that Noah's Ark was, and it was talking about the creatures. So it was saying that after the flood, that there were creatures coming out of the water, but that is a whole different religion, and I've seen they have a Bible that looked like it's thicker than the Holy Bible, and it has pictures of these so-called creatures. Now, I have never seen it, but I've seen the book. I haven't seen these creatures, but it's a religion that's out. I can't think of what the name is. I know they have something to do with the Egyptians also. So
Anaki, is it Anaki?
Is that the name of it?
Not sure, but I've been seeing a lot of content on Anakis. They were supposed to be the giants back in the day that actually built the pyramids. Like this stuff goes deep, right? And you know, you're sitting here trying to go down the rabbit hole and figure out what's right, what's wrong. Even when you read the Bible, because really it's perspective, right? Like what you get from the Bible. How do you feel about that, Bishop?
Well, I'm a pastor, so I believe the Bible is right the way it is. I don't think a person has to interpret it. It pretty much is straightforward. Some people end up, when they try to interpret it, they change the true meaning of it. I think read it at face value, and then there is some mysteries in it.
It's a lot of mysteries.
It's a lot of mysteries
That's
in
what
it.
I'm saying.
And God gives us those. He puts them there, and they open up as you begin to read. But I think some people interpret it wrong. Yeah.
Wow. See how deep this gets.
Yeah,
So-
it's interesting, but you know, back to what you was talking about with that those creatures. You know, this is the first time I had a dialogue with someone since I talked to this guy, and that was like in 2003.
Okay.
And
we still talking about him.
He showed me this, and
What
and
did the creature look like? You saw a picture of it?
it looked like some type of amphibian walking.
So, so this tracks, because in the Pentagon hearing, that's why they're not saying UFOs anymore. They're saying UAPs, because they do more than fly. They're coming out of the water. And a lot of people are thinking that they've built a base down there. Like, I don't know if this is true, Bishop.
I think these people been watching Wakanda Forever. You know, that was on the last movie.
And a lot of art imitates life.
Yeah.
They've been trying to tell us for the longest, huh?
Well, you know, like I said, I hadn't heard the stories, but that was one that stuck with me a long time.
You never forgot that.
I never forgot that.
How did you feel when he said that?
When he said it, I was thrown off, and it made me dig in my Bible a little bit harder, and I was studying a little more. But what kind of made me not want to know as much about it is that he was treating the person who is the pastor or the leader or whatever, he was treating him like a god. He had a life-size picture of him
No,
in
not
his
the
car.
life size.
on the seat.
What? No, something not right.
Listen, that
Wait.
made me not pursue knowing too much more after that. After I saw that, I asked him. I said, "Man, you got a picture of that guy?" And we were talking and everything. And I said, you treat him like a god. Oh, he is a god. I said,
Oh no,
that's enough. I heard enough.
yeah, I would have heard enough as well. Well, I want to thank you for your take on this topic, and I want to segue back to the play that you're having, because I want to know, are you acting in the play?
I am not acting in the play. My wife plays a role in this play. I have 2 daughters that will be in this play also. I have acted in a lot of my plays. I think one of my characters I'm going to bring back, which is Reverend Zach. He was one of my first. When I first started writing, I wanted to build a cast that or characters that branded us, or we branded. And so I came up with Reverend Zach and his wife, and they all of my stories kind of based around them. And then they had a friend named Ann, which was a comedy relief. Ann became Mima. We gave her her own title, gave her her own show, and that's what my wife plays, Mima. Mima's in this play. She is so funny. She is so funny. I was not trying to put her up against Patrice Lovely to see which one were the funniest or anything. I just always wanted to work with Patrice Lovely, and to have her and Mima on the stage at the same time was the thing that I thought I wanted. So I'm looking to finish it out. Sunday went good. I want to see how it comes Friday night, but it was hilarious on both ends. Memphis got a chance to represent their Mima, and then we got a chance to see the artist formerly known as Hattie. So it was lovely. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, another Christmas Temptation stage play. How can people get their tickets?
They can go on anotherchristmastemptation.com, tvproductions.biz, and while they're still available on Eventbrite, they can get them on Eventbrite. All the VIP tickets are sold, and now it's general admission only.
All right, well, get your tickets, Memphis. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Bishop Antonio Marcus Lawson, for joining me today on the Verbally Effective Podcast. I feel like we have more to talk about on another date.
I will be back if you invite me. So that's
I will invite you again. I will. I really appreciate you, and I'm planning to come to the play.
All right. I wish I would have known a week ago, and we would have had you a VIP ticket.
I think I already got one from Touche.
Oh, did you?
I think so. I think I'm in the VIP class over there. I think so, but if I'm not, I'm still gonna be there. Okay.
All right, looking to see you.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in yet again to another edition of the Verbally Effective Podcast. I'm your host, your double E, Ena Esco. We had State Rep Antonio Parkinson earlier in the first part of the show, and now we are closing out with none other than Bishop Antonio Marcus Lawson with his new stage play, Another Christmas Temptation, this Friday. Get your tickets now, and I'll see you